This is Cool Japan, and today we're going to take a look at the amazing Yamaguchi powered by Revoltech Psylocke figure. She looks awesome. So first up, let's take a look at the box. You can see amazing Yamaguchi powered by Revoltech right there, figure complex, and this is number 10 in the series. It's the latest figure, and it's Psylocke. X-Men, Marvel. You can see the backdrop in there. It looks really nice. And on the back, you see some cool poses and some weird comments and stuff that she says. Pretty cool. She's got two different faceplates, and the eyes actually, you can move the eyes around, like with Magneto and Captain America. And she's got a ton of accessories. Alright. Side art looks like that. Here's the top and the bottom. Alright, let's take a look at the accessories. So first up, we've got these two faces, and they basically look the same, except this one's a little bit more smiling and this one's a little bit more full-lipped. The cool thing about the faces is that you can actually move them around and pose them however you want. So you can have her looking to the side or looking straight on. Just got a bunch of different options. And next up we have these fisted hands. These are fist hands. They have a small peg hole in them where you can put in this effect piece. And I have a small issue with this because it was really hard to get this peg inside the hand. And once I did it, I really don't feel like taking it out. You can kind of see a stress mark right there from where I bent the peg a little bit. So it's pretty hard to get in, and it's pretty scary to take out. So I just stuck them on both of the fisted hands, and they're gonna stay like that. Next up, let's take a look at the weapons that she comes with. She comes with a ton of weapons. She has two pairs of these nice katanas. They look really, really good. You can see the detail on the grip right there. The gold paint and the silver paint looks really nice. And also she has her powered up versions of it. They look awesome. You see the purple, and it fades into like a really nice pink. They just look great. And she comes with two of them, which is pretty awesome. She also comes with this empty sheath. This goes into her holster that she comes with. She also has one more sword. This is with this sword sheathed, and this pegs into her sash or her belt. It's got a holster right there. You can take it out and then put in the sword. Put in just the sheath. Pretty cool. And as you saw earlier, she has these two effect blades, which are really, really awesome. So she's got a ton of weapons, which is really great. So next up, let's take a good look at the figure itself. She looks really great, but there are a few issues that I have with it. First off is her hair. It looks really nice, except there are some sculpt parts to it that look really weird. Like right here, this is an extra part, I guess, that they just glued onto it. It's not really seamless at all, so it looks weird. There's just a piece of her hair that's not part of the sculpt. And also we have another one right here, which also looks weird. I don't understand the reason to that. I think it would have looked better if it was just one piece. I don't know why they had to take off these little smaller parts. But the paint on it looks really nice. It's got the black and it goes into purple. It looks a little bit weird at the top of her head because right here is purple, and then suddenly from this line it turns to black, which is kind of weird, and they probably could have done a better job with that. Her hair itself looks kind of I mean, it looks kind of like fabric more than hair. Like, it looks like this, like her sash, where it's just cut off like that, but that's not a huge deal at all. I do have some there's also some small paint issues that I have with it, like right here. The paint is not as sharp as I'd like it to be. It's kind of fuzzy. Also, she has a nick right here. And right here on the lines, you can see her skin tone looks a little bit bluish right here. I'm not sure if the camera is picking up on that or not, but also it happens here too, where it looks kind of blue for some reason. I guess the paint, I don't know, maybe they wiped it off and it's still there. But other than those two issues, overall it looks really nice. Just this part is kind of bothering me because it looks like her legs are bruised up or something. Right here also it's a little bit fuzzy, but otherwise the paint is really nice. They're using a nice metallic blue, and yeah, the sculpt is really nice as well, and the articulation is what you would expect from a Revoltech figure. You can get her in pretty much any pose. You got the double Revoltech joint right here, where it's on a ball, and it's also on this Revoltech joint. Also, you've got a joint right here, so you can crunch in and out. There's also another joint hidden by this sash, which gives her really nice looking down movement, which is awesome, especially for her because she can get into a ton of poses. She can kick out that far. You do get this gap, but it's not that much of an issue if you can hide it. She's also got the joints right here. The bottom part of her leg is connected to this ball, so you can bend it like that. If you don't like that gap, you can just close it up and bend her knee like that, which looks fine. If you wanted to, you could bend it all the way, but then you get this gap. Her ankles look really nice. She can go out all the way. She's got the toe hinge, and also you can do the ankle pivot like that. Really nice. So the articulation is all there. You can get her into any pose you want. Overall, the figure looks great. So let me just take a few pictures and some height comparisons. So that's one thing I forgot to mention was the hair. The hair articulation, it's done pretty well. I mean, when the figure was announced, I was afraid that it might have like a bunch of joints in the hair, like right here would be a joint and right here would be a joint, which would look kind of weird. But the way they did it is they made it into one big piece, and the top of the head is right here. The top of the head can look up by itself, and also the hair can move around. It's on the joint right there, and it's also and it has this extra hair right here, which looks pretty good. So you can move the back of the hair like that by itself if you want to, or you can move the head by itself like that. So it looks, the way they did it, it's good. You can't really move the hair that much. I mean, it can't move to the side or rotate or anything like that, but it does work out. I mean, the way it looks, she's looking off to the side, it looks good. She's looking this way, it looks good. Looking down, you know, it looks good. Her hair can go all the way up like that. So, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain, but the way it's done is just great. Here she is next to Spider-Gwen, looking pretty awesome. They're pretty much the same size. And here she is next to Captain America, with him being noticeably taller and bulkier. Looks pretty good. So that was my review of the Psylocke figure by Amazing Yamaguchi. Overall, I would say it's an awesome figure. There are just a few quality control issues that I had, especially with the back of the hair and some of the paint apps. But overall, it's an awesome figure. I mean, I would say it's probably the best Psylocke figure that I've seen so far. And I do recommend getting it if you are a fan of Revoltech and you're used to the Revoltech system, because it is hard to pose. And yeah, but anyway, I do recommend it. So thanks for watching my video, and stay tuned for more cool Japanese stuff.